With Mike Tomlin stepping down as the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach, there is only one head coach in the AFC North still standing, and that is Zac Taylor of the Cincinnati Bengals, which should be absolutely embarrassing for the Cincinnati franchise. Since 2022, the season after Cincinnati went to the Super Bowl, Mike Tomlin had a record of 39-29 in the regular season. Harbaugh had 43-25. Kevin Stefanski had a record of 26-42. Zac Taylor's record, 36-32, with a way better offense than anybody in the division. Not only that, but since the Bengals made the Super Bowl, they have not been back to the playoffs. Even though Tomlin has not won a playoff game in 7 years, he still has taken the Pittsburgh Steelers to 2 playoff appearances and has never had a losing season with the Steelers. Zac Taylor, since that 2022 season, has 2 losing seasons. John Harbaugh took the Ravens to the AFC Championship game 2 years ago and has had 3 playoff appearances for Baltimore. Even Kevin Stefanski, the head coach of the Cleveland Browns, took the Browns to the playoffs more recently than Zac Taylor has. Even the Browns. So there's a standard set in the AFC North. Tomlin has never had a losing season, and yet he stepped down because he was not fitting the standards of the Pittsburgh Steelers. John Harbaugh was fired because the Ravens were not living up to expectations, even though they went 8-9 and were a kick away from going back to the playoffs and winning the division. Even the Cleveland Browns have better standards than the Cincinnati Bengals. The Browns are a historically bad franchise, and yet they fired a coach who took them to the playoffs twice in 6 years. Zac Taylor has 0 playoff appearances since 2022, that Super Bowl. Zac Taylor has single-handedly closed the Bengals Super Bowl window. Nobody with that offense should ever miss the playoffs, let alone lose more than 10 games.